I'm getting on a Tuesday afternoon.
Robbi just asked, "Are you ready?" And I said, "How can you look this good and not be ready?" You guys, my name is Matthew Swanson. I put on a shirt you've never seen before because today you are going to see things you've never seen before.
What?
Here's the thing, you guys. I got too much sleep last night. I slept for 9 hours because I was so tired. I went to bed last night at, what time? Let's see. Let's do some math. If I got 9 hours of sleep, because I think I did. I went to bed at 9 and I got up at 6. That's 9 hours, right? I think so. So here's the problem. I'm so tired.
9 at 6,
9
yes.
at 6.
Yeah.
Math is hard for me, not for you. Math is not fundamentally hard.
Yes.
Difficult or sometimes our kids say, "That's so easy." And I'm like, "No, it's not easy. It means you know how to do it."
Yeah.
Things are not easy or hard fundamentally. They have to do with your level of skill and experience. If something seems hard to you, do it more often, study it more carefully, patiently go through the steps involved, and figure it out.
Is important life lessons number one item on the agenda?
Well, I said that they were going to see something they'd never seen before.
What is it?
I don't know. I have a big. I'm gonna read you a story today that we wrote together.
Oh.
So that if Robbi says that the story is bad,
then it's an insult
I'm going
to
to say
everyone?
you are insulting our friends who helped me write this story. All right.
I'm trying to get there's something puffy happening here that's driving me crazy.
That's
That's my sideburn.
Are you talking about your own hair, Robbi?
I am. I never look at myself until I turn on this show.
Well, let me tell you, I spend a lot of time looking at yourself, and it's a delight. What a pleasure and a privilege.
You're wearing a fancy shirt today. What's going on?
I wanted to surprise our viewers
Uh-huh.
by showing them something they've never seen before.
You look like you're going to a funeral a
I'm
little
not
bit.
going
but
to a
like
funeral.
a schnazzy funeral.
I'm not going to a schnazzy funeral. I'm going to hang out with a schnazzy family. They have very high standards. When you're not around, Robbi said, "Man, put on a nicer shirt." She calls me man.
I've never said that.
Two's a crowd, chapter 17. That's not happening right now. That's happening next. Giving you a little... Guys, I want to show you. The agendas for both shows are pretty short today because we have large content blocks that are going to take large periods of time. So I'm not cramming the agenda with nonsense. I'm getting the agenda ready for the deployment of delight, wonder, excitement, expertise. Robbi and Matthew Story Hour, Chocolate Week. May 12th, 2020. Why did we suddenly assume a somber tone as soon as the agenda came out? Hello!
Oh, hellos.
R&M, what does that say?
Drink water without any help from each other.
Yeah, yesterday, you guys,
That went so poorly
we tried
yesterday.
to help each other drink water. And sometimes,
not
if you're trying to lift a heavy crate full of lead, then
Yes.
it's best to ask a friend for help. But if you're trying to drink a glass of water, and your friend is Robbi, and she's not good at sharing water,
Hold on a minute.
totally your fault. Whose lap did it wind up in? Whose lap? Your lap?
I
No.
believe you
No.
pressured me into
At
pouring
not,
your water faster
none,
into your mouth. than
zilch,
I
zingo,
was planning.
nada,
All right.
jackety,
Cheers. Jansen.
jackety.
Dancing.
There you go. When the critics write the history of the Robbi and Matthew Story Hour, looking back across centuries, they will not say...
Somebody will count how many glasses
They
of
will
water
not
we've got.
say that we failed to emphasize good hydration. They might say a lot of other completely unkind things about this program that will be accurate, but not modeling hydration is not one of them. Oh,
Yes.
This is yesterday's agenda. Why is this here? Oh no, that's the Choose a Crowd agenda. We already went over the fact that's not happening right now. What does that say?
Robbi tells you the coolest thing she ever did.
Yeah, tell us. What's the coolest thing
Do you know the coolest thing that I ever did?
that you ever did? Mm-hmm. No, Robbi, I'm not you. I don't have access to the great library of Robitude. There's a great library in ancient Alexandria, Egypt. It was one of the
Robitude?
7 wonders of the world. One assumes it was not full of Robitude because you had not yet been invented. But it contained great swaths of knowledge, but it's been lost.
What was
It's been
it
lost.
called?
The Great Library of Alexandria, I think. Somebody look it up.
Yes.
It's something to do with a library. It was in
feel like-
Alexandria, and it was great.
Was it one of the 7 wonders of the world?
I think so, of the ancient world.
I feel like it had a better name than...
Someone look it up. Someone look it up. We have a bunch of research assistants here. What was it called? I've got to say, we already have 7 likes.
Yes.
Something is going
Well
right today.
done.
Thank you, you guys. Thank you. All right. What's the coolest thing you ever did, Rob?
The coolest thing I ever did? I hate these questions because you know what, guys? I have a terrible memory. And though I should remember...
I know what it was.
You do?
I know what it was.
Good.
Robbi Bear once interviewed comic legend R. Crumb.
That is the coolest thing I ever did.
Live on stage here in Chestertown. His sister lives in Chestertown.
Don't look up R. Crumb. Don't look him up.
That's true. Don't look him up. Bad things will happen. But he's a very famous guy who pioneered independent comics back in the day. So he did the kind of thing that Robbi and I did, which was making strange illustrated books for adults. He made comics specifically. Yes. Very famous guy. Some of his images are not appropriate for children. However, Robbi had the opportunity to interview him live on stage. He was known for being a very
cantankerous,
very difficult subject, very opinionated.
Now let me tell you something.
Ooh.
My many years of experience with the opinionated, cantankerous Bob.
The notorious B.O.B.
The notorious B.O.B., my dad.
He and R. Crumb have some things in common.
Prepared me to face R. Crumb on stage.
I think it's a good point.
And I did good. I
wish it was pretty cool.
We had a
coolest thing you ever did?
Cool.
What do you think?
I think it is very
just in sort of
close
street
to the
cred value.
Did,
yeah.
Yes.
All right.
The other coolest thing was birthing 4 children out of my hoo-hoo, which is pretty amazing.
The Robbi and Matthew Story Hour just went to a new place. I went to a new place.
I used a
euphemism.
A euphemism.
A euphemism is when you use a word that is more acceptable than another word that you should not use.
Right.
So it's a good thing to have a stable of euphemisms for expressing yourself in ways that refer to things that you're not allowed to say.
Offend anyone.
That's right.
But the idea, I mean, I know that all of your mothers did it. Mm-hmm. But
you created human beings inside of your body.
Kind of crazy when it happens to you.
Yeah.
You're like, what is happening?
I wish I knew about this.
There's a live creature inside of there.
I know this because
squirming around,
I would touch
and
this part.
Pretty soon it's going to go boing, and it's going to come out, and it's going to be a little human baby.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It's so weird.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
So that's another really cool thing you did 4 times. So you've done 5 cool things in your life.
Yeah.
4 of them were having children. 1 of them was interviewing a man. Anything else? I think you fishing for salmon is pretty cool.
I know that also counts.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you convincing me to marry you, pretty cool, right? Cool?
I don't know if that's cool.
No,
it was a coup. I feel like I didn't convince you to marry me.
No, in fact, I asked you and you said yes. So Matthew reads
his story while Robbi sketches. Oh, boy.
So you guys, wait, did you read this story?
Do
you already have opinions about it?
No. I know that there's lots of elements that you tried to fit into this
Not that I tried to, that I did. You guys gave me ideas to fit into this story, and I think I included all of them. Mm-hmm. So this is I think so. I went back and I looked at the transcript of yesterday's call.
Oh, good
and so
for
I put the things in. So you guys, are you ready to hear the story that we wrote together?
Now, am I going to listen to it first?
Well, since you already read it, that's up to you.
I mean, I didn't already read it.
You didn't?
I sort of briefly
so you have no idea how delightful it is. No. You guys, it might be the greatest thing that I've ever written in 7 minutes.
Oh.
Okay?
In the last 7 minutes?
No. It's the greatest thing that took me 7 minutes to write of all time. I don't know if that's true. I've written a lot of things quickly. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this is called Coco Loved Chocolate. So yeah, let me read it.
Oh, that's a good title.
Yeah, exactly. Let me read the story. Okay. And you guys can watch Robbi's expression of glee and impressitude. No, that's not going to happen. All right? Are you guys ready? Coco Loved Chocolate. Written by all of us on May 12th, 2020.
Good job, everyone.
Coco loved chocolate. At least she assumed she loved chocolate because she loved how it smelled. But she did not eat chocolate because eating chocolate makes dogs sick. And Coco was a dog. Okay?
Yes, you guys. The important takeaway for this whole thing is do not feed dogs chocolate. It's very bad for them.
The important thing is what a swoonily great piece of literature you've crafted, Matthew. Okay. Coco loved chasing a ball. She loved lying in the sunshine.
Good.
She loved everything about being a dog except the part where she wasn't supposed to eat chocolate. And so she devoted her life to helping others acquire and eat as much chocolate as they wanted. Right?
Oh.
Very selfless. You can't have something yourself.
You know how pigs search for truffles?
Yeah.
I bet the pigs don't get to eat those truffles.
No.
So I wonder if she's like a truffle pig, but she's a dog.
All right, let's please move on. Coco decided to partner with the Easter Bunny.
Oh?
But the Easter Bunny got bitten by a snake and had to retire. All right?
Wait a minute.
What?
You're going to have to write a story about the Easter Bunny's retirement. What happens to Easter?
Stop. This story's about Coco, Robbi. She decided to partner with a sassy marshmallow named Sally, but Sally got shoved into a s'more and melted and had to be digested by a plumber named Bert.
Okay? Was Bert something that somebody mentioned in the sidebar?
The marshmallow. The marshmallow. And the melting of the s'more.
Okay.
She decided to partner with a sky blue and dandelion yellow dragon named Chris But he was crazy about sweet potatoes and had no interest in chocolate. Okay? I totally misjudged you, Chris, said Coco. Chris was unapologetic. Pass the sweet potatoes, he said.
Now, that dragon...
Yeah.
Was that Simon?
Simon's been angling to get that dragon in for a long time.
Did Simon name it Chris, or did you name it Chris?
Simon did.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Okay. Chris was unapologetic, past the sweet potatoes, he said. Coco was dejected, and she walked on a long pier beneath the moonlight.
Oh.
Where is the ally I need to bring more chocolate into this world, she railed.
Where's the what?
Ally.
Oh.
As lightning flashed and huge waves crashed against the pilings.
That's a very poetic image.
Then the Tooth Fairy showed up and gave Coco some tough talk. Let's go of this yearning for chocolate. You're a dog. You just can't have it. Have you tried Coke cake? Coco admitted that she hadn't. Okay then, here you go, said the Tooth Fairy, handing Coco a dog dish filled with the most delicious slice of Coke cake the world had ever experienced. Coco didn't just like the Coke cake, she loved it.
That might be a tongue twister.
Listen,
Coco
please.
liked the Coke cake.
Coco liked the Coke cake. She loved it. She decided to devote the rest of her life to eating Coke cake. But then coffee showed up and burned the Coke cake recipe and also the secret formula for Coke. It hid all of the flour in an old barn in Iowa.
Because coffee is the worst.
I'm so sad, said Coco. Why did you do that, Coffee? Why? Because I am the enemy, said Coffee. Principal Schaefer said that I was, and so it must be true.
Yes.
I can't argue with that logic, said Coco. Coco decided to find contentment in lying in the sunshine. And it worked.
Oh.
She lay in the sunshine and waited and waited and waited for summer to come.
Oh,
there you go.
It's so beautiful.
There you go. What do you think, Robbi?
Boy, there was a lot of action in that.
Yeah.
To illustrate.
So what would we illustrate? What would we illustrate?
Oh, good point, Amy.
Yeah,
or Principal Schaefer.
What is it?
Tooth Fairy thinks that Coke cake is good for business. I was going to say, I'm not sure why she's discouraging... well, I guess because it's not good for dogs to eat chocolate.
Right. It would
I'm
be bad
actually
for Coco.
curious,
Yeah.
whoever... I feel like the Coke cake recipe is actually a chocolate cake.
Well, why do you think that?
Because I feel like I've heard of this
Coke
before.
cake is a chocolate cake is what you're saying.
So.
Okay, so Robbi, you just listened to possibly the greatest story you've heard today.
I did.
And what...
Definitely the best one I've heard today.
What do you want to illustrate? What
I don't know.
surges to the fore?
You have to start all over.
You want to hear it again?
First of all, I have to decide what kind of dog Coco is.
You know what?
What?
Do you know why I left it open-ended?
Why?
I wanted you to have the choice.
Oh, thanks.
At first, I made Coco a pug, and I was like, no. What if Robbi decides to draw a Great Dane? What if she decides to draw some sort of mutt? What if she decides to draw any number of dogs? I wanted her to have the freedom. So as the author, I decided to leave that open-ended. I could have made a choice, forcing Robbi into a box.
Yes.
Do you know what Robbi does not like to be put into?
A box.
A box. She hates it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the worst.
So, should I read it again?
No, I will start drawing.
Okay.
But I think, here's the thing.
Yeah.
For some reason, I picture Coco as a poodle.
Ooh.
But
Ooh.
I don't want to draw a poodle.
Okay, then
So
don't
I'm
draw a poodle.
Going to pick a different sort of
I want you to draw the dog you want to draw. Mm-hmm. In part, I know, because people like dogs.
Yes.
That's the reason we put a dog in Everywhere Wonder, right?
Yes.
I didn't write a dog into
Right.
it. We decided it would be nice if there were a dog, because people like dogs. So
I'm going to draw a sort of, maybe because I've actually, there's a dog in the book that I was most recently illustrating. The
Cookie Chronicles, yes.
His name is Dumbles.
Dumbles.
And I am relatively practiced at drawing that dog versus
so you're going to
other
make
dogs.
a practical
So I'm going to
decision.
make a practical
And he's
decision.
super cute.
He is super cute.
Okay.
He's super cute.
Okay.
Okay. So he's going to look like Dumbles.
Okay.
Why? You know,
There's
our
a lot of
displays-
buttons. There's
our
a lot of...
displays change numbers every
Do you know
other
what?
day.
You know what?
Yes.
This is part of the experience. This is part of the fun and the joy
All right,
of the
all
Matthew
right.
Matthew show.
Now, do you guys want to see... Yeah, you want to see...
They want to see you draw. They want to see me while you draw. Heck yeah.
Well, I'm going
Is
to
that
put
true?
me over here.
Okay.
But I'm going to put me off camera.
You can
See?
put us both off, I think.
No, you can.
You think they want?
You
All
can
right.
sit there and be observant. Okay, so you need to read to me, Matthew.
Oh, I'm going to read the whole story again?
Well, just so.
What episode delighted you? I mean, I think
can't remember. So much
here's some
happened.
things that I think.
Okay.
Coco lying in the sunshine
Yes.
is just a nice illustration of
Yes.
a dog lying in the sunshine.
Right,
that would
right.
look nice. There's some more action-oriented. So do you want to make a piece of like art or do you want to make an illustration?
No, I think what I want to do for the moment is I'm going to do a handful of sketches.
Okay.
And then
I'm just going to read. I'm going to read.
You're going to read.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw.
Do you want me to read sort of quickly so that we get to the...
No.
Coco loved sunshine. Excuse me. Coco loved chocolate. At least she assumed she loved chocolate because she loved how it smelled. But she did not eat chocolate because eating chocolate makes dogs sick. And Coco was a dog. Coco loved chasing a ball. She loved lying in the sunshine. She loved everything about being a dog except for the part where she wasn't supposed to eat chocolate. And so she devoted her life to helping others acquire and eat as much chocolate as they wanted. She decided to partner with the Easter Bunny, but the Easter Bunny got bitten by a snake and had to retire. So, I mean, there's a piece of action for you. The Easter Bunny getting eaten by a snake. Do you want to picture that, or is that too grim? I don't know. It's a question.
I'm still working on Coco.
I know, but I'm asking you questions. You can't draw and answer questions at the same time, can you?
You can't.
Okay. She decided to partner with a sassy marshmallow named Sally, but Sally got shoved into a s'more and melted and had to be digested by a plumber named Bert. So, I mean, there's a plumber named Bert. There's another character. There's a sassy marshmallow. There's the moment of Sally's melting. There's a lot of really sad moments in this story.
Okay, so who got bit by a snake?
The Easter Bunny.
Yeah. Oh, so I'll have Coco talking to the Easter Bunny.
Okay. The Easter Bunny got bitten by a snake and had to retire. So, who knows? It's possible the Easter Bunny was psyched to retire. The Easter Bunny was tired of hauling all the chocolate, of being involved in the, international candy trade. That gets you down after a while. Oh, long neck. The Easter Bunny's got a long neck. I like that. Oh, I love how quickly you draw things, Robbi. It's amazing to me, and they look like the thing that you're trying to draw. It's a wonder to us all. Okay. So, this is the moment clearly before being bitten by a snake. Oh, there's the snake. Oh, that's such a big, scary snake, Robbi! Ah! It's going to just bite that poor Easter Bunny every which way but Sunday. Wow. Okay. All right.
I like how the Easter Bunny is so unaware.
So unassuming, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Coco's getting a little closer there.
Coco's just asking the question.
Okay. She decided to partner with a sassy marshmallow named Sally, but Sally got shoved into a s'more and melted and had to be digested by a plumber named Bert. Oh, I like the ground. The ground created a little sense of space and atmosphere there.
Okay, so the Tooth Fairy? What?
The Tooth Fairy comes later. This was a sassy marshmallow named Sally.
Oh,
do you want to draw that, or do you want to skip that one?
Well, I'll just draw Sally.
Okay, because then we also have a sky blue and dandelion yellow dragon named Chris, who was crazy about sweet potatoes and had no interest in chocolate. That's a lot of description to take in. You don't really have color at your disposal right now, I realize. So really, just a dragon named Chris, who's crazy about sweet potatoes, is the next vignette. Should you care to take on this challenge, all right?
Wow, she's a little scary.
Well,
she's supposed to be sassy, not
well, she looks sassy
terrifying.
to me. She looks, the two are not mutually exclusive. Principal Schaefer would like you to draw a chocolate lab.
Well, I could make...
Abby says your desk is super messy, Robbi.
Well, you are correct, Abby.
All right. Okay, I like that.
You can't even see my desk right now.
Hey, she's judging it anyway, because that's appropriate.
You are correct. Okay, wait, so I have the marshmallow. What happened to the marshmallow?
It gets melted and eaten by a plumber and digested by a plumber. Good luck drawing that. I think we can just leave her in her pre-digested state. She decided to partner with a sky blue and dandelion yellow dragon named Chris. Dandelion yellow is something I've never heard before as a way of describing something. Have you? I've heard sky blue, but dandelion yellow is a new way of describing. Oh, Amy Schaefer is loving that sassy marshmallow, Robbi. Oh, Alden says sassy. Oh, scary sassy Sally. Scary sassy Sally. I think we have the start. Look how excited. Oh, and she's melting and he's excited. Oh, nice. I like that. I feel like I've learned a lot. That's really this is getting sadder and sadder. he's skipping the s'more and just shoving the entirety.
Right. There's a s'more.
Yeah.
Yes, this is supposed to be about chocolate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so in his other hand,
yeah.
The rest of the s'more.
Nice.
Which is
it's a graham cracker and a piece of chocolate.
Graham Cracker. Graham Cracker is happy to be going to his destiny.
Yeah, well, he's getting to do what he's always been put on this planet to do.
And the piece of chocolate.
You could put the piece of chocolate on after the marshmallow goes on. I think you could assume that it's just not there yet. Or you can put it on right now.
What does chocolate look like?
It has like little squares on top. Yeah, that'll do. It's very geometric. Chocolate bars. They have like crown molding on them so that you can break them into little pieces. Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Good job, Rob. Good job, Robbi. Good job, Robbi. All right.
Okay, so there's our...
Then there's
she should be happy. She should be happy that she's fulfilling her destiny.
Oh, look how quickly you turned her from being sad to happy. She's just sweating it out. She's like doing the marshmallow form of Pilates.
She's melting, but she's happy to do it.
She's going to hang with the chocolate.
Yeah.
That's what she was made to do. It's like growing up and going to college. Yep. All right.
All right, what next?
She decided to partner with a sky blue and dandelion yellow dragon named Chris. But he was crazy about sweet potatoes and had no interest in chocolate. Oh boy, I can't wait to see him. Oh.
This is still...
Oh, that's a dog.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, that does not remind me of a dragon much. Okay, good. Oh, Coco, you're such a cutie. All right.
I forget what Coco looks like already. Okay, there's Coco. And then what? There's a dragon.
There's a dragon.
Okay.
We don't have to worry about his color since you're black and white, but he's crazy about sweet potatoes. So basically, all you have to do is draw a dragon. That's your limit and requirement.
What do dragons look like?
Oh boy, Robbie, that's a question not for Matthew. I can describe a dragon for you, but not very well. They have scales. They have lizard-like appearances. Like they're big lizards with wings. I think generally speaking.
Do they have ears?
I don't know if there's a rule book about dragons, but presumably they hear things. So I assume that ears are part of the mechanics of their hearing so that they can find the knights that they are going to chase. Thank you for including my sassy marshmallow in your story, says Jane. Jane, thank you for including your sassy marshmallow in my consciousness. I could not have put it in my story without your great idea. So thank you very much.
What happened with the dragon?
What happened with the dragon? Nothing happened with him other than that he doesn't like chocolate.
Oh, but he likes something else.
He's a sweet potato fan. Yeah. And he asks Coco to pass the sweet potatoes. So presumably they're in some sort of attractive dish, So that's just a guess. I don't know how the sweet potatoes are served in this world. The last great episode that you're going to get to draw, Robbie, is with the Tooth Fairy. And the Tooth Fairy is the one who gives Coco the tough talk and says, let go of this yearning for chocolate. You're a dog. You just can't have it. This story is ultimately about pivoting from the thing that is your obstacle, right? Coco wants chocolate, but Coco can't have chocolate. So we're trying to have Coco find a new vision, a new dream, a new purpose, all right? That's what this story is about. So the Tooth Fairy says, have some Coke cake.
Oh, right.
The Tooth Fairy is trying to, Coke cake. Coke cake, Coco.
Coke cake, Coco.
Yeah. And someone in the sidebar, I believe it was one of the Schaefer contingent, said Coke cake looks a lot like chocolate cake. Not saying that it is chocolate cake, but that there is a striking resemblance. So were you to draw a chocolate cake, we could say that's a Coke cake. And if anybody objects, we could say blame Principal Schaefer. And or Amy. And or Grant. Although I think Grant is blameless in this particular moment. Now, is Coco really happy there? What's happening?
Yes, she's drooling over the Coke cake.
Has she tasted it yet, or is she dreaming of it? Is this the moment before Coke cake consummation? She took a bite. She took a bite. Okay. So the Coke cake has been sampled by Coco, and she's drooling for the next... Okay.
The next bite.
Now, do we get to see the Tooth Fairy herself? Or himself? I mean, I don't want to make any assumptions about what gender of Tooth Fairy we have here. Our Tooth Fairy is a male in our household. Oh, the Tooth Fairy is so wee and cute. How did the Tooth Fairy deliver such an enormous cake? Is the Tooth Fairy very strong? Does the Tooth Fairy have an ally?
Did it say that the Tooth
Fairy have a crane?
The cake?
Yeah.
Or I thought the Tooth Fairy just said...
Okay, then, here you go, said the Tooth Fairy, handing Coco a dog-fit dish filled with the most delicious slice of Coke cake.
Dog dish. Well, and it's supposed to be a slice.
Let's innovate.
It's okay.
Oh.
Here, look, I'll just...
Look how Robbie can just innovate on the fly. Good job, Robbie Bear. All right, and then we're going to have a dog dish?
Yes.
That you're going to submerge that Coke cake in?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Nice. Can it say Coco on it? Can Coco's name be on the dish? Oh, that's so nice. Coco must have really nice owners to get her personalized. Okay. Coco didn't just like the cake, she loved it. I think you've captured Coco's loving of it.
Maybe I should do this, though.
Oh, that's nice. Little hard eyes, Robbie. You must have gone to 7th grade at some point. Or is that more of a 5th grade? Like, what grade are the... Guys, tell us. in what grade did you most thoroughly embrace hearts in your written expressions to one another? I'm curious to know.
To one another, I think probably like first grade.
First grade?
Yeah.
I don't know when these things happen. I've never used a heart to communicate.
Look, what? I'm making the Tooth Fairy. The Tooth Fairy conjured that cake.
Oh, with lightning or magic.
Magic.
Or just fairy essence.
Yes.
De fairy. There's just little stars everywhere.
Yes, this is magic.
Wow, I see the magic happening. Now,
magic.
Robbi, the final illustration, which is the
Coco
first one
happy?
that occurred to me, well, just Coco lying in the sunshine, right? Coco because what happens is the coffee comes, right?
Oh,
coffee
right.
comes.
I didn't get to draw evil coffee.
Evil coffee destroys the Coke cake recipe and the secret formula for Coke, and hides all the flour in an old barn in Iowa. So just utterly annihilates the possibility of Coke cake. Even someone trying to recreate Coke cake from memory, not possible because the flour is all gone. I mean, that's how evil coffee is what I'm saying. What's happening over here?
Well, I drew the side. I think I drew... I don't know. I got confused here. Which direction...
All right, like third grade and then not really for starting heart drawing. Which Shanks is that? Is that you, Jane? Everett thinks Coco is so cute. Mostly Amy, but blame Grant, says Amy. Yeah, okay. I see how you operate, Amy. Grant is my dude. I got to stick with him.
You know what?
Us dudes need to stick together. Kindergarten is when Abby started communicating with heart. So I misunderstood.
I'm going to try this again, and it might not work.
Oh.
I have.
Oh, you just took Coco's face off.
No. I have Coco sort of curled up here.
Yeah.
But maybe it's better to have Coco like lying like a fat log. 'Cause I like when dogs sometimes are just like a little log.
Yeah, I do too. I think that works for Coco. So this is Coco contentedly lying in the sun.
Yes.
We've skipped the whole Evil Coffee episode.
Well, I'm going to draw the Evil Coffee episode.
You have 1 minute left. I'm just letting you know on this program. So.
Well, here's Evil Coffee.
Okay. Yeah, I think we have covered this. Oh, Evil Coffee is in a mug. I like that. I had thought about Evil Coffee being a coffee bean, but I like the fact that Evil Coffee has become manifest in liquid form. No more cake. Yeah, good. All right, you guys.
And then, the sun was shining on Coco, right?
Is this what it's like to be you all the time, Robbi? Do you just visualize everything you hear in
No, I don't.
Image form?
This is
just for you guys. This is a special treat for you. Thoughts? What should Robbi develop into a finished illustration for this week? There's lots of options here. Robbi, in your waning moments, what inspires you?
Well, I agree that the picture of Coco just lying in the sun happily is a nice drawing.
It's going to be the most compelling one. E has never used hearts to communicate. E, there's always the future.
But you could start doing it now. I also do like Coco saying... Please to the Easter Bunny while the Easter Bunny is about to get eaten by a snake.
Yeah, that's a great illustration. It's probably just not an illustration anyone would want to hang on their bathroom wall. So I mean, there's a real give and take here, right? We want to raise money for a good cause by selling an illustration that will fetch top dollar on eBay, but there's the desire.
I'm pretty sure this isn't the one.
Yeah, but we got to see it here briefly.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna shut this down. Just think.
I also do like
I do too.
Tooth Fairy conjuring the slice of cake.
So let me say something to you guys. The very strange elements that they weren't strange elements, but the strange collection of elements that I put into this story from all of your brains created a story that was strange. And because the story was strange, it made Robbi draw wonderful things that she never would have thought of.
Ever would have drawn.
So look what our brains were capable of putting together by working together. I love it. I had a lot of fun writing this story, and you guys gave me ideas I never would have had. So I'm grateful.
You know what else I want to say?
What?
This is really good practice for me because I actually really hate drawing with people watching me draw, and I always tell people. Yeah. I always tell kids, don't worry about what anybody else is thinking. Don't worry about that stuff. Just draw how you draw. Don't sweat it.
I have an idea.
I've been doing it for
couple weeks,
years without anybody looking at me, and then the last 2 weeks with people watching. And I feel like I've gotten a little better. You have it,
and I think probably it's less about skill, and it's more about just sort of dislodging something inside of you. Yeah. Would it make you feel better if next week, instead of writing the story before the show, I wrote the story during the show? we could put up my Microsoft Word window and I could just write the story while people gave me ideas.
Sure,
we could try it. You guys want to watch me write a story? Is that interesting? Or is the thought of that so boring that you are cringing, literally cringing right now? Let me know what you think. You can tell me in the next show.
It's 1:31.
We have to end this show.
Okay. We're going to the next one. Go over
Goodbye,
to
friends.
the next one. Goodbye.
You know where to find us. If you don't, then farewell, friends.
We'll see you.